So okay, so what we're looking at today is mixing together the minor and major pentatonic sounds within a typical E blues. So what's interesting about this is if we play a traditional E7 chord, something like this, and the typical approach is you'll hear let's play a minor pentatonic over the top of that, which is pretty good, yeah? With a little bit of a chromatic in here. And that's the typical blues sound you're going to hear when people think about playing blues. And that's playing a minor pentatonic over a dominant E7 chord in this instance. And when it goes to what's referred to as the 4 chord, a lot of people will just stay in this E minor pentatonic shape here on the 4 chord. And when it goes to the 5 chord on the B7, we get the same thing again. It just sounds great. This is pretty much the mainstay of the blues sound. But we can sweeten that up a little bit by using its major variant, which is interesting because there's a little bit of a hack here that we can do. We can take the minor pentatonic like this, and if we drop it down 4 frets and play that minor pentatonic sound again, we get this. And really all that is the 5 notes of a major scale, the E major scale in this instance. And some people might think of it more as a country sound. So what I'm going to do now on my looper here, I'm going to lay down just an E chord from a previous session. Okay, and we're going to mix those two together. I'm going to get something like this. This is your minor pentatonic sound on the E. Sounds pretty good. Now, if I'll go down 4 frets and play that minor pentatonic again, we get this. And sometimes I refer to this as the sweet and sour. So this tends to have a sweeter sound because it's more resolved to the major or the diatonic sound of the major scale. And this one's sort of a bitter sound because it's dissonant and it pushes against the natural tones of the E7. It's a little bit more strained. So what I like to do in my blues is try and mix the two together. So right now we're just jamming on an E7 chord. And this can be a great exercise. We could refer to this also as a 1 chord blues. So in this 1 chord blues, we're basically trying the 2 different approaches between the sweet and the sour. So let's try with the sweet first. We get something like this. Sounds pretty good. Great. We're just riffing on those 5 notes. There's your. In this instance, you could also think of it as a C sharp minor pentatonic scale. Alright, what about this, the bitter sound here? E minor pentatonic. So with those two together like this. So let's just try the bitter for a little while. And you can hear that sort of... You can hear how it's strained. Okay, now, the job that I feel as a blues musician is to try and mix those two positions together. So let's try something like this. Sweet, sour, ready? Sweet, sour. Okay, good. Sweet and sour. Alright, can you hear? Sweet, sour. Great, together. Alright, sounds pretty good. Let's fill it up a little bit more, a bit more juice. To make this minor pentatonic resolve a little bit more, we really should include the major third here. And we get this type of sound here. So we're going to include the minor pentatonic, include this major third here, which adds that sweetness again, doesn't it? Alright, so this, we've got sweet, sour, and a major third. Let's mix those together. Sweet, bitter, great, major third, sweet, bitter. That's it. Quick little lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Cheers.